Hey guys, time for chapter 4. Remember, they just got through with the sing-along and Junie B said some really not nice things about May. How would you feel if you were May? Probably not that great. Then, Mr. Scary sent home notes to their parents. What do you think they said? Good things? I don't know. Let's read chapter 4. Going last. Wednesday. Dear first grade journal, Mother and Daddy were not good sports about the note. They said it was not funny to throw someone off a sleigh. They made me laugh all over again. I got sent to my room for timeout. Grown-ups do not understand humor. From Junie B, first grader. I put down my pencil and I glared my eyes at May's head. She did not look up from her journal. I know you're staring at me, Junie B. Jones, but I don't care that we got notes sent home, she said. My mother was proud of me. In fact, she said you deserve to be tattled on. I glared harder. Sometimes if you glare hard enough, you can melt people's heads. I saw that on a movie commercial once. It was PG-13, I believe. I kept squinting and glaring, but May's head did not melt. Finally, I rolled my eyes. I'll try to melt her again at lunch. Just then, Mr. Scary stood up at his desk. He said to put away our journals. And he said, boys and girls, today is the day of our first visit to the holiday gift shop in the media center. Remember, he said, I sent a notice about it home to your parents last week. He smiled. Today we will be just looking at the gifts, he said. Then on Friday when we go back with our money, we'll buy things we want. I waved my hand all around. Guess what, Mr. Scary? Guess what? My mom said I could spend a whole $1 on every person in my family. And that adds up to $5 entire, I said. Lucille raised her hand. I can spend all the money in the world, she said. I'm rich. She stood up and fluffed herself. My family has more money than you can shake a stick at. Mr. Scary stared at her for a real long time. Well, Fortunately, we don't need to be rich to shop at the gift shop, Lucille, he said. Everything is very affordable. Does everyone know what affordable means? I do, I called out. Affordable means cheap. My Grandpa Frank Miller loves cheap. Sheldon jumped up too. Hey, my grandma loves cheap too. My grandma calls him cheap old Ned. Mr. Scary did a chuckle. Before we go to the gift shop, we're going to draw names for our Secret Santa gift party. That way you'll be able to look for your Secret Santa gifts while you're down there too, he said. Now, we've been talking about this party all week. Can anyone tell me the most important rule about Secret Santa? Room 1 shouted the rule together. You must keep it a secret. Mr. Scary did a thumbs up. Excellent! After you pick your name today, you must keep that name a secret, he said. If you don't keep it a secret, then you're not really a Secret Santa, are you? After that, he carried a basket with everyone's names in it. All around the room, children closed their eyes and picked a name. Only too bad for me, 'cause I'm the very last seat of the very last row. And so, when Mr. Scary finally got to me, there was only one name left in the whole entire basket. And here's the worst part of all. My teacher pretended I should be happy about it. Congratulations, Junie B. Jones, he said. You have the honor of choosing the very last name. I drummed my fingers, very annoyed. Okay, so see, one name left is not actually choosing, I said. One name left is called take it or leave it. I crossed my mad arms. I hate being in this seat, Mr. Scary. I hate it. I get all the bad stuff here, I said. Even on the very first day of school, I got only crayons that were already used. Mr. Scary looked up at the ceiling. Yes, Junie B, I know that. We all know that, he said. You mention it every time we color. I looked at some of my friends. Did I mention that my red crayon wasn't even pointy? 'Cause it wasn't, you know. My red crayon was already roundy, said Lenny.
Sorry,
yes, you told us that. I drummed my fingers some more. Did I mention that my greenie was already broken in half and my greenie was just a teensy little stubby, said Jose. See, you told us that too. Mr. Scary handed me the last name. Look, right now, someone in the room is counting on you to be their secret Santa. Junie B., he said, so you really, really need to read that name now. I did a sigh. Then I slid down in my chair real glum, and I readed the name. May